Guys, welcome. I have 15 full-size fragrance bottles in my collection, and today I'm going to be ranking those fragrances from worst to best, with the best being on the top, down to the worst being on the bottom. So let's get into it. First up is going to be Jimmy Choo Man Blue. This has been a staple in my collection for a while. It's a really nice blue soap type of smell with some nice soft vanilla on the dry down. It's really good. I wear it a good amount, but it's not gonna quite make the top shelf. It's gonna come in here in the second shelf. Next, we have a Dior Sauvage inspired fragrance. This is gonna be Alt Farouche number 29. To me, this is a third shelf fragrance. It's good, it's solid. I really like it as a layering combo, as a base layer, because it's super strong as an extrait and it lasts a while. Nice, fresh office type of wear, but not quite up to the top two shelves. Ladita for Him by Arabia Prestige is gonna be my first top shelf fragrance. This is a really nice and unique blend between Strong With You Intensely and YSL Myself EDP. So really fresh on the opening with that YSL DNA, and then the Armani Strong With You DNA cools it down on the dry down, and it's just a really unique, complex fragrance. I really like the freshness in the opening, but like I said, it's layered and it's really nice, smooth, it lasts a while, so this is gonna be my first top shelf fragrance. Next, we have Lattafa's Kamar Kala, and I do appreciate the added coffee note to the Angel Share DNA in here, but overall this is just way too sweet, and it's just one I'm not gonna reach for, so this is gonna be on the bottom shelf. We have another Angel Share DNA here. This is gonna be French Avenue's Royal Blend, and it was one of my favorites for a while, but similar to Kamar Kala, the sweetness in here just kind of wasn't my thing anymore. I just don't think I'm gonna reach for this one a lot. I think it would be nice in the winter with a few sprays, but it's just not the scent profile that I've grown to enjoy as much, so it is gonna sadly go on the bottom shelf for me. Mont Blanc Legend Red is solidly gonna come in on the second shelf for me. Reminds me a lot of Jimmy Choo Man Blue, where there's some freshness on the opening and it cools down on the dry down to a more softer vanilla type fragrance. So this one's really nice. I like the woodiness, the citrusiness in this one. So Mont Blanc Legend Red is solid and it's gonna go here on the second shelf. Next, I have a fragrance inspired by JPG's La Male Elixir. This is gonna be Afnan 9 PM Elixir. And where this once would have been probably a second shelf fragrance, it's slightly fallen off for me. It's gonna go here on the third shelf. It's a really interesting, dark, complex fragrance. It's a little too synthetic for my taste, but I still do appreciate the things about it that I used to like, which was the plum note, the spiciness, the darkness. Those are all things I really appreciate in a fragrance, but I've grown to love more fresh, warm weather fragrances overall. I just like those scent profiles a little bit more. So while this one isn't a lot worse than it used to be for me, some things have just passed it up, and it's gonna be here in the third shelf. Next is gonna be Guess by Dare. This is the fragrance with the least amount of personality in my entire collection. I don't like it very much. It's one of the ones I was gifted. It's one of my first fragrances that I've ever owned. And as you can see, there's a little dent in it because I wore it because it was one of my only fragrances. But at the end of the day, I never reach for this one anymore. It's just really boring to me. It just smells like a basic cheap cologne, and it's gonna come in here on the bottom shelf. Egyptian Attitude from Alexandria is gonna be next. And you guys have seen me talk about this fragrance before. It's just a really nice, dark and complex rendition of Attitude by Giorgio Armani, which is a discontinued fragrance, unfortunately, and I have smelled the original, but this is nearly just as good. It doesn't last quite as long, though it's an extrait de parfum, but this is really nice. It's just one of my favorite DNAs of all time, so easily gonna come in on the top shelf in my collection. The first of two different Acqua di Gio dupes in my collection is next. This is gonna be Midnight Pour by John Reich. This is just a really nice aquatic, fresh fragrance that really fits the bill for my favorite type of scent profile, which is aquatic, fresh, clean, soapy type of fragrances. So though it's not as good and doesn't have as much personality as the second row, this is solidly gonna come in on the third, but make no mistake about it, I really do like this fragrance. The second of two Acqua di Gio dupes in my collection is gonna come in next. This is Sucrate from Lattafa. Really, really nice, citrusy, woody, fresh fragrance. Not as aquatic as this one, but it's just super nice and fresh and clean. There's something about it. The woodiness in here is just perfect to me, and it's solidly gonna come in here on the second row. Coach EDT is gonna come in next. This is a really nice luxury bar of soap type of fragrance to me. It's just a very clean fragrance, and that's what I love and appreciate about it so much. I consider putting it up on the top, but at the end of the day, I think it's closer to these row 2 fragrances than they are to the row 1, but very, very nice fragrance. It's gonna be on row 2 for me. To round out my bottom row is gonna be Vanilla Dunes by Cottelage. It's a good fragrance. It smells like a classic vanilla women's perfume, but there's some masculine undertones in here. There's some orange blossom that freshens up the fragrance, and I do enjoy it a lot, but I can only have so many on each row. This would be my favorite on this bottom row, but I still don't think it's quite on the level as these 4 on the third, so therefore it's gonna have to be on the bottom row here. Himalaya from Creed is gonna come in next. This is the first niche fragrance I ever bought, and I will not regret spending my money on this. This is absolutely phenomenal. Really inky and fresh type of fragrance that reminds me a lot of Silver Mountain Water, but it's not quite as good. Still phenomenal. Still one of my top 3 in my collection. It's probably my second favorite in my collection. I really like the bottle, but bottle aside, the DNA is phenomenal. Creed fragrances smell awesome. This one performs probably 3 or 4 hours, but it's a really nice dry down, and I do not regret buying this at all. I can just reapply if it doesn't last super long. So Himalaya from Creed solidly is gonna go on the top row here. Guys, and that's gonna do it. Really appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know, out of all 15 of these fragrances, which ones you've tried, which ones you love, which ones you hate. Let me know your opinions on these. I'm always happy and open to hear what other people think, and I will see you guys soon for another video.